Hello, Catsters! Welcome to the second episode of the Cat Hour, a podcast by cat owners for cat owners, inspired by cats.
Remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel and leave any questions or comments that you may have for us in the comment section. We love hearing from everyone and yeah.
Let's get right into cat news.
Okay. So my cat news for this episode is something that's a little controversial, but that I think we're going to be seeing a lot more in the future. So Kelowna, I hope I'm saying that right. Kelowna woman gets 2 successful clones of her dead cat. So there's a lot to unpack in this one. Let me just give a little down low of what's what. So basically, Chris Stewart, she now has 2 clones of her cat Bear, who passed away 2 years ago. So after 2 years, she tried to clone her cat pretty much, it sounds like immediately after he passed away. So 2 years have passed since the cat has passed away, and 2 years have passed that she's been trying to clone her cat. So after 2 years and 4 failed attempts, a ragdoll cat that belonged to a Kelowna woman has been successfully cloned. So she received not 1, but 2 kittens cloned using DNA from her beloved cat, Bear. And yeah, I just this is wild. This is
Why 2?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm assuming because they with cloning it involves putting the DNA of the animal in an embryo and then putting that embryo in a surrogate cat. So they probably put in more than 1 to
Be safe.
heighten the chances of it being successful. So yeah, she now has 2. They're very cute. They're ragdolls. And she says
they look like the original cat.
Yes. She says they both seem like Bear, and they are bold and sassy. So she described her previous cat as rambunctious and highly intelligent. And yeah, so there she is with her 2 cloned cats. And what are your instant thoughts when you hear this? Because I have a couple of things to say.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. I'm under the impression that cloning isn't a very common thing because there's so many complications and there's so many things that can go wrong with the cloned creatures, entities.
Yes,
cats.
you're definitely correct in that. So it's a very risky procedure, both for the successfully cloned animal and also for the mother carrying them to aliveness. And in this article, it says that fewer than 5% of cloned animals survive birth. And it also says that there's a high risk to the mothers carrying the clones because the rates of miscarriages and stillbirths is very high. So, I mean, yeah.
It just seems very unnecessary and very unethical and probably very expensive. Yeah.
It is. So it cost her $50,000 in total. And I mean, she didn't give up. I mean, 2 years, 4 attempts, $50,000.
50. 1 5.
Yes. 50,000.
Yeah, I don't know. You can literally just you can go rescue a new cat with a new personality and new characteristics and be happy, save $50,000, a lot of effort, and not put cats, mother surrogate cats, and potential kittens at risk of anything. It's just everything bad that can happen is 100% avoidable. So it just seems, yeah, I don't know. It's a no for me. It's, yeah.
I agree. I completely agree. And the first thing I thought of when I read this article, I thought of two things. The first thing I thought of was this one episode of Black Mirror. I think it was Black Mirror, where the lady's husband passes away very untimely, if I remember correctly. And she was so like overcome by grief and obviously heartache that comes along with something like that. And she ordered like a male, when I say male, I mean like MAIL version of her husband, where she sent in like all of his information to this company, and they basically cloned him. And I think she had to put him in the bathtub to like activate him, and then he came alive. And anyway, it's like a whole episode, and then at the end of the episode,
not see that episode.
I wonder if it was Black Mirror. I'll have to double check, and then I'll let you know. But anyway, after the whole episode, and they have obviously there's a lot of stuff that happens in between. But at the end of the episode, I think that she actually ends up killing the clone. I think she pushes him off a cliff or something. I can't remember exactly how it ended, but at the end of the day, she realized that she made a mistake, and sometimes it's better to just work through the emotions, deal with the grief, and you know,
hey, welcome, ma'am.
Very kind of her to join us today. But yeah, and then the other thing I thought of was Pet Cemetery, where the cat passes away, and then the whole premise of Pet Cemetery, where they bury them in like a special cemetery, and then like a day later they come back home alive, but they're never quite the same. Like they have some kind of like streak in them. It's a movie now, but it was a book by Stephen King. If you haven't read it, definitely read it. It's
sounds very interesting.
But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is cloning is not the answer, because the thing that is cloned will never be the same and live up to your expectations of how it's going to be. That is what
I mean, it's impossible. It's literally impossible. Like you maybe can clone like features and certain traits, but you can't clone that individual entity. Like you would never get an exact replica. And I mean, that's sad, but going through $50,000 and 2 years of this whole, process that she went through is psychologically concerning, because you obviously you literally can't move on, and that's very sad. But there are other solutions. Ivy,
I agree with you.
Where do you want to go? She's like, no, y'all are talking about some crazy stuff. I'm out.
There isn't even a little ledge.
Isn't that on the second story?
It is. That's why I'm like, there's nothing there. Why are you doing that? Please come here, just wrap things, and now she's probably gonna leave.
Classic.
Anyway.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing. It's definitely very interesting. But yeah, not something I would ever do or consider or condone. Yeah.
Same.
Alrighty, my cat news of today is it's just wild. Okay, so a cat was reunited with its owner after 7 years after being kidnapped by a cat warder.
Wow, that is a loaded headline.
Yeah. Crosby police and the Minnesota Federated Humane Society removed around 100 cats from a home in Crosby after receiving reports of animal cruelty and neglect. Marit Ortega, the animal shelter's executive director, said that she's worked with the Tri County Humane Society for 20 years and that she's literally never seen anything like this before. So, police say that a total of 102 cats were found and safely removed from the home, and 94 of them were moved to the St. Cloud shelter. Yeah, so basically, people complained about, their neighbor, or I'm not sure who, eventually led to them being exposed, but someone complained and police got a warrant and they removed 102 cats from a person's house. A couple of cats had microchips, and they were able to return one of them to the rightful owners after 7 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That is
so
crazy.
thoughts?
Well, my first thought is obviously what the and my second thought would be how do you even it is impossible for one person who is most likely unemployed
Mm.
to give over 100 cats the attention and care that they need. Can you imagine the vet bill for
No, but
taking
they
cats? Obviously, they
the
don't,
person
but
wasn't the person isn't like us where we love cats and we want to be cat guardians and care for them and give them the best life ever. This is some sort of severe psychological disorder, and the cats were like obviously found in terrible conditions with
yes.
infections and fleas. And but the my first thought when I found this article, I was like, someone had to actually go and steal someone's pet, keep them locked up in their home along with 90 plus more cats, and go to sleep every night knowing they have other people's pets and they are neglecting them and giving them a horrible life. How?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. That's what I'm trying to say. There's no way you can justify having that many animals because exactly how do you care for all of them and give them what they need? Hoorie, ek's under attack. Hoor jy dit? Die grasnyers, die weed eaters. Okay, gee my net soos 2 minute.
Yeah, so if you're missing a cat in the Crosby area within the last 10 years, please contact the Tri County Humane Society at 320-252-0896. And if you're looking to adopt a cat who really deserves some special TLC and you're close to the Tri County Humane Society, please go pop in and maybe save a cat's life. You can also help out by donating cat food and litter or money, or just go volunteer if you can, if you're in the area. Yeah, and thank you to the rescuers for pulling off that mission. Wow.
Absolutely. I think something also worth
Crazy.
mentioning is that April is the month for prevention of animal cruelty. And
Mm.
obviously, it should be a continuous thing and not just a 1 month thing. But if you ever suspect any kind of animal abuse or neglect going on, um, it doesn't hurt to lodge a call with 911 if it's an emergency, obviously, or you can send them an email and make sure to document anything that you see, times, dates, incidents, photos if you can. Obviously, don't put
Yeah.
yourself in harm's way, but yeah, we need to be the voice for the voiceless and we need to help them out where we can.
Amen. Amen, sister. Okay, let us move right into cat facts. Teach
Okay.
me.
Okay, so my first fact is that contrary to popular belief, cats are actually highly trainable with positive reinforcement methods, and they can actually learn an extensive repertoire of skills and tricks. So I think
Okay.
learning tricks and doing crazy stuff is mainly attributed to dogs, but
Mm,
cats can also do pretty much a lot of the things that dogs can do. It just takes a little extra effort and time. So
and
Ivy, the
patience.
little and patience, lots and lots of patience, like bucket loads of patience.
Yep.
And moving a few moving trucks worth of patience. But yeah,
Mm.
Ivy, the little rascal that she is, we have trained her to sit. We have trained her to basically, when you hold the cookie in your arm like this, she'll like jump up and take the cookie out of your hand. And
Okay.
one of the reasons why my boyfriend didn't want to get a cat, or my fiance, sorry, didn't want to get a cat is because he wanted a companion. And I feel like the first thing a lot of people think of when they think of a companion or a best friend is a dog, because that's just so
Mm,
ingrained, even in the media, in the movies and stuff like that. It's never a
yeah.
boy and his cat or a girl and her cat. um,
Yeah.
it's always a dog, but and he wanted a dog that he would be able to train and whatever. And I told him, you can train a cat, and he was actually the one that trained her to do it. So
Okay.
yeah, that's
So
my
he's
first
happy.
fact.
He's satisfied.
He
He's
is,
got his training companion.
he
That's good.
does.
That's sweet.
So
I mean, a boy and his cat movie idea right there.
I mean, that sounds like something I would watch.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's my first fact.
Yeah, I think it's only become more apparent that cats are trainable in recent years. And I think it really, took off after, I think it was America's Got Talent or something with I think it's a Russian or Ukrainian
I remember that. I remember that.
group that trains the cats to do things that I don't think dogs would even be able to do. So, yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, but it does take more patience. I think the
It
reason why it's
does.
only now becoming apparent is because it's so hard and people don't like doing hard things, and dogs are easily trainable, whereas cats are just trainable, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And of course, training from younger, the better, the
Yes.
easier. My first fact is I found it pretty interesting. So the cat flap or the cat door is an ancient invention.
It
Traces
is.
of a cat flap, or rather a cat hole, date back to the late 14th century in
What?
Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales. It feels like I did this either in high school or university, but I definitely did something from Chaucer. I just cannot remember. But yeah, I mean, the 14th century, the late 14th century. So in the Canterbury Tales, there's a little piece that talks about a servant using a cat hole in a door to peek through and look at someone. So, I mean, the fact that it's talked about in ancient story means that it's obviously, it was something, it was common around, that time. Or maybe not common, but it was definitely in use. And then there's also a bit of a rumor going around that Isaac Newton invented the cat flap, but this is not true. Because apparently people think so. There's a rumor that whilst he was busy doing his things that he did. He cut a hole in his door for his cat to come in and out because it was scratching against the door. And then he also cut a smaller hole next to the bigger hole for his kitten. And then the kitten, anyway, just used the big hole, followed the bigger cat around, and never used the small hole. Yeah, or maybe that isn't a rumor. Maybe he did that, but the rumor is he didn't invent it, or that he did invent it, but it's not true. Um, and people kind of debunked this because, of course, he lived in a later period. He wasn't alive in the 14th century, and there was mentions of it in the 14th century. So it's older than Isaac Newton, basically. Yeah, so I found that pretty interesting. And then there's also a couple of instances where, there's cat holes and cat doors in, cathedrals and churches found over Britain in between the 14th and the 16th century. So, yeah, people have been, wanting cats to come as they please for quite some time.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 14th
Yeah.
century is very long ago. And to just think that the
Yeah.
thought was already there for people to make something for their cat to go in and out of is wild. But I mean, cats are pretty ancient and they go back like literally thousands of years. So I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense. It's just crazy. And looking at how cat flaps are now, I mean, why would you need to buy a fancy cat flap when you can just cut a hole in your wall? Do it like they did in the
Yeah.
14th century.
Yep. Just cut it right through. I actually want to
That
get Maddie a cat flap. But I'm very concerned about cutting a hole in my door because once there's a hole, there's a
you
hole,
can't go back.
you know.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
sometimes it's not only your cat that's going to be entering your household through the
That's
cat
why you
door.
need a fancy cat flap because,
Mhm.
you get those little tag activated ones. So it's only your cat
Yes.
can connect. Or otherwise you're gonna get some interesting guests.
Yeah. No.
A snake.
Okay. A snake, definitely. Rats. Definitely rats. Definitely
Mm.
snakes. Um,
A small child.
I wouldn't be surprised. The children these days have no
No
chill.
chill. Yep. Okay. Second fact.
Okay. So my second fact is I feel something that is talked about a lot, but hearing this in numbers just it really makes you think. So at just 4 months old, kittens can reach their reproductive maturity and they can get pregnant. According to the Spay Neuter Assistance Program, fertile cats can produce 3 litters each year, with the average litter being 4 to 6 kittens. So this means by those calculations that up to 4,948 kittens can be born from an intact female cat and her offspring in only 7 years. So if this tells you anything, spay, neuter your cat. This is just
Spay and
something
neuter your cat. What is something that
non-negotiable.
you call like yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I
I
mean
mean,
there's not even a
5,000.
lot to say. The numbers speak for itself. Just spay your
Exactly.
cat.
Exactly.
Spay your cats.
Absolutely. Enough said. That's that on that.
I found this extremely interesting because I thought I knew everything about cats, but I don't because I never heard of this before, and it's so crazy to me. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but cats have whiskers on more than one place on their body.
Where else?
Not only do cats have whiskers on their face, of course, they also have a set of whiskers on the back of their front legs known as carpal whiskers.
Oh,
Yep,
she's
I'll
sleeping.
insert the picture here. This enables the cat to sense vibrations in their surroundings and respond accordingly and help them hunt and everything and climb trees. I never knew this. It's literally, if this is a cat's front paw, it's like about here. Just like 2 or 3 whiskers. When I
What?
saw the photos, I was like, how the hell have I never seen or like more just noticed it? And why have I never wondered what it is? It's clearly not hair. Maybe it just looks like 3 long long hairs. It's not 3 specifically, but
But
yo, that's
that's
crazy.
what I've never even
Yeah.
noticed that either.
Mm,
We
we're
have the
gonna have to
perfect,
inspect them.
but she's gonna hate me if I wake her up.
Mm, don't wake a sleeping kitty.
But I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check when I see her up, out and about. Show me those gorgeous whiskers.
Whiskers. I'm also not sure because I'm thinking about all the cats I've, had the pleasure of encountering, and I'm not sure if all cats have it. I presume they do, but I've never seen it. I can't recall one instance of seeing it.
No, same.
We're gonna have to inspect.
Wow, fascinating.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to my favorite part of the cat hour, cat confessions.
Okay. The first one I have for you today is one that I think I already know the answer to, but
Okay.
never hurts to talk about, never hurts to ask. Do you ever just like inhale your cat?
Yes. Way more than I would like to admit. Yes. And you won't believe it, but that's also one of my cat confession questions for you.
Get out.
Do you sniff your cat occasionally?
Occasionally is putting it lightly. A sniff test
Yeah.
has to be conducted on the daily.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they
it's
do
the
surprisingly smell really good. Like people say newborn babies smell good. I've never sniffed a baby. I don't plan to.
goodness.
Yeah. But I do sniff Marie.
Okay.
On the like head, neck area specifically. When I hold
Mm.
her and I kiss her, I do sniff her as well. And it's just nice. Wholesome.
It has to be done. It has to be done. It's like puppy breath. And then I just wonder, how do you smell like you've just been bathed and like smothered in baby powder? Because you eat disgusting things probably all day long.
Yeah.
And then you lick yourself with your little tongue that you ate the stuff with, but you smell like
Amazing. Like a dream.
yes. Very strange. I
Yeah.
wonder what gives them
I
their
also wonder. Perhaps
smell.
it's like very strong saliva and strong enzymes in their saliva that kind of completely cancels out the very gross things they eat.
Maybe worth asking the vets for their input on this one.
Okay. This one's kind of similar to one of the previous confessions, but just reversed. So, if you were a cat, what do you think you would look like and be like as a cat? Exactly who you are now, but just cat form.
Interesting question. Very interesting. If I were a cat, I think I'd probably be a tabby cat, maybe a grey one. I would hope that I have mittens, little white socks, and I think I would be moderately overweight, perhaps chubby or cuddly.
Okay.
Can you see it?
I can. I don't. I like the tabby, but not a grey tabby. I feel more just like the OG tabby. I see that.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll be that
Definitely.
too.
Definitely mittens. Maybe on all fours. All four white socks. And a fluffy tail. A very surprisingly fluffy tail. And little legs, of course. You have to have little legs.
I have to have little legs. I do.
Okay, and then that's looks, and then temperament wise.
Ooh, short-tempered, probably very sufficient with my claws. Ain't afraid to use them. Don't push me. I will cut you with my claws. Just have to throw that there. And yeah, I think I would be loving, but only when it suits me, and probably not for very long. And also, don't pick me up and don't hold me tightly. Thanks.
And would you be a big sleeper?
I think so. Big sleeper, big eater. That's me.
Okay.
Maybe go for the occasional stroll.
Okay.
But nothing too crazy.
Okay, I can definitely see that. That actually sounds like a perfect cat. I would love having you as a cat.
Thank you.
How
about you?
Actually, I resonate a lot with Millie. I just feel we are one in the same with everything. So I'm gonna go based on a little bit like that. I think we have a couple of differences. So looks wise, I kind of feel I might. It's either like Millie, the tabby with the white, or maybe a black cat. I feel I sometimes have black cat energy.
Yeah,
maybe it's a little bit like a medium coat, almost like
Saki.
One of the cats. Yes, like Saki. Like medium, black, little bit scary looking. Not that I'm scary looking, but it feels, cats can't tell you that they are the way they are, so it has to be portrayed in looks, but then very opposite personality, look scary is a cinnamon roll, that type of vibe, so indoor cat only. I need various places to sleep. I need a cat tree. I need a cat perch. I need cat beds. Very purry, big purrer.
Ooh,
but also very no touchy. No picky uppy. And just make sure there's food at all times, basically.
I can see that happening. I also feel like you would be on the smaller side, like not a full grown kitty,
like Millie.
Yeah, not tiny, but like smaller than most.
Yeah,
and can be feisty at times when
will scratch.
What is the weirdest cat thing you've ever Googled?
That's great. That's a great one. Let me think. I can't remember. There are quite a few.
Same.
You go first. I'll still think.
Okay, I've Googled pretty much everything that there actually is, I feel like, to Google about a cat. What does it mean when my cat walks past me and then walks past me again? Like stupid stuff. If he does anything out of the ordinary, I am immediately like, what does it mean when my cat does this? And sometimes there aren't even search results for what I search for, because it's just she's just being. There's no explanation. She's just catting around. But I'm very angsty cat owner, very why did you just do that? Why are you sounding like that? Why did you mount like that? Why are you doing that? I think it's very exhausting for her. It's probably why she's so tired all the time. Because if I see anything, it's getting Googled. And if Google doesn't have the answer, you're probably going to go to the vet.
Yeah. I mean, understandable. Totally understandable. I don't think I Google as much as that. It's mainly I don't think this is the weirdest thing, probably, but I do often Google how to minimize outdoor cats from being good hunters. Because Betty is an outdoor cat. I know it's not the best. I know a lot of vets and cat experts recommend not having an outdoor cat, but she is. And she does occasionally hunt, and I do Google a lot of things around that, like, will she die if she eats a rat down to the bone? Things like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's my weirdest. I have actually Googled, will my cat die if she eats a rat?
Okay. I have a similar one to that. I've also Googled, will my cat die if she bites a bat?
Oh, that rhymes.
Like these are valid questions, because depending on the area where you live, rabies could or could not be like a thing, and hopefully your cat's vaccinated against it. But you just never know.
Yeah, Millie has frequent rabies vaccinations. It started when I flew her down from Johannesburg to Cape Town. It's a requirement. And now I just routinely, if I take her to the vet, get her that. So luckily she has that. And I also thought it's actually silly of me to wonder, because, in the olden days, cats were howled. Cats were pets, because cats were held as pets. Cats were pets to hunt mice and rats and things. So it's probably fine, but we live in a very different time. Our rats have changed.
That's true. Well, I mean, thinking back to the Black Death, or the bubonic, is it bubonic, or did I just say that so wrong? The plague, the huge plague, where they used cats to catch the rats that were like carrying the disease.
Yeah.
So they literally ate the rats with the Black Death, the plague in them or on them, and I'm assuming they were fine.
That's actually something we should Google. That could be very interesting.
That's a good thing to Google. I'll add that to my extensive list of things to Google.
Okay. My third confession. Do you sing to your cat?
Yes. She has a variety of her own little songs that get sung to
thank
her.
goodness.
Yeah, there's like one set song, and then the others are just made up as it goes, depending on the mood, depending on what she's doing. Yeah.
And would you care to sing one for us?
Ooh, maybe even now.
You don't have to. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just curious, because I think a lot of cat owners, like diehard cat owners, all have songs for their cats, and that's something that should be studied and shared with the world. We should maybe do like we should do an album together.
Maybe
cat owner songs, something like that. So yeah, I mean, I sing to Millie too, and she also has a variety of different tunes, but she has one main song. I'm very proud of the song, and I would actually consider, just for the fun of it, to record it. It's even, I have the lyrics on my notes.
Oh my goodness.
And I'll show you there.
Hello, Minnie Mouse.
So it's very, very serious. I'm not going to sing it, but I will read it. Unfortunately, it is in my mother tongue, which 99% of you won't understand probably. It's in Afrikaans, so just, wonder what I'm saying. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm nervous.
I actually do want to sing it, but I'm too nervous. It's too soon. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Hopefully if I record it, then I can, you can listen to it on Spotify. Okay. So the words goes. Hello, Minnie Mice. Her nickname, Millie's nickname, is Minnie Mice, like small mouse in English. Okay. Hallo Minnie Mice, hoe gaan dit met jou? Gaan dit goed my Minnie Mice? Ek is baie lief vir jou. Hoe gaan dit my minis? Ek het jou gemis. Jy is flippin' cute my minis. Is jy bewus? Jou boutjies is so klein en jou pootjies is so bof. Jou lyfie is fantasties en jou naaltjies baie grof. Jou tandjies baie skerp en jou pelsie baie sag. Jou neusie vreeslik pink en jou maagie reg vir die jag. That's me.
That is one of the best things I've ever had the pleasure of.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud.
Wait, please, when you read this, put like a translation thing there, because everyone has to hear this and understand this, and it must be sung from the rooftops.
Yeah, I'll do a recording and then I'll do like a translation in every language on earth, just for all the cat owners of the world. I got you.
It must be done.
Yeah, and it also gets sung in a specific voice. It's not my normal speaking voice. It's a very, very specific voice. So it gets better. It gets so much better. Maybe one day I'll sing it live.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow is all I can say.
Okay, so we have a extra or a new segment for everyone, and it's cat tips. So we're each going to give you a little cat tip of the day to hopefully help you become an even better cat owner, as we all strive to be.
Word.
Hit us.
Okay. So my cat tip is a little boring. And for that, I apologize. But sometimes boring things have to be said. My tip is get paid insurance. Either get paid insurance or open up a savings account where you put in X amount every month for unforeseen circumstances. There is, I don't think there is a lot worse in this world than something happening to your cat or any pet that you have for that matter, and you can't afford to get them the help or assistance or medicine that they need. And it makes me very sad to think about. And I would just never want anyone to be in the position where they have to choose to make a decision like that. So to save everyone from all of that heartbreak and unnecessary stress, just start today if you haven't already. Sign up for pet insurance. They're already cheap-ish options that cover the basics, or put away money every month into an account and just be ready.
And couldn't agree more. And we have a lot of articles on Catster, talks about cat insurance, what it is, how it works, what it covers, different cat insurance options, companies. You can check it out. It's really, really useful. And I mean, again, it's an instance of rather have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. And, it can seem like an unnecessary expense if, you pay it every month and there's kind of no need for it. But, especially when as cats age, sicknesses and illnesses are, unpredictable and sometimes inevitable. And just having financial support is very important. Otherwise, the other option that you're going to get is euthanasia. So Yeah, very sad, very necessary. Um,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
I have pet insurance for Millie, but I actually saw a while ago that it's only accidental cover. So I'm going to need to increase or change the plan to accidental and illness cover, which is a little bit more expensive. It's like double the price, but it's worth it.
You got to do it. Ivy also
Mm.
has pet insurance, and she actually has like a better medical aid, if you can call it that, than I do.
Oh,
She is
wow.
covered for everything. If sis even farts the wrong way, they will cover it. And there was a long period of time that passed where I didn't have to use it. But when the time came where I did have to use it, I was so grateful that
Mm.
that past Crystal made that decision and did that, because they
Mm.
deserve the best, and this is just another one of the responsibilities that we take on when we decide to be cat owners.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it for your cat. Just do it for
Do
your
it for your cat.
cat and your bank account.
Yes.
My cat tip is also not like the most profound thing ever, but very, very necessary and can save you a lot of grief in the future and can save your cat of some illnesses potentially. So, if you don't have one already, get your cat a water fountain. Get it, buy one, or you can DIY one. We actually have an article about DIYing cat water fountains. It's very simple. But of course, there are a ton of amazing options on the market, and it doesn't have to break the bank. But a cat water fountain is so important because cats are infamously known for not drinking enough water. Not sure why, but it's just a going thing that cats aren't. If it's just going to be a bowl of water, especially close to their food, they're not going to drink out of it unless they are extremely thirsty, or they're going to drink from external water sources if they're outdoor cats. And that could be, unclean or just not good for them. So, water fountain is really good. A hydrated cat is a healthy cat at the end of the day. And cats literally cannot resist running water. It's a innate thing of them where they always catch, their eyes are very complex, and reflections made by trickling water always catch their eye, and it lures them in to take a sip. So every time they walk past it, so I put mine between my room and the stairs to go downstairs, and Millie passes it a lot during the day, and literally almost every time she passes it, she takes a sip. So it's just great to hydrate your cat and make sure that they always have fresh running water at their disposal. So yeah, I mean, a cat with a water fountain is kind of like me with a bottle of wine glistening under the kitchen light. It just, it catches the eye, and it entices you, and it makes you want to go in. You won't be able to resist. So yeah, and then if a cat drinks enough water, it also has a better chance of dodging things like kidney disease, heart stroke, diabetes, all the things you don't want. So get a water fountain.
Yeah, I second that. Definitely. I got one. We've never looked back. She drinks water
Mm-hmm.
more than ever now, and it's just the best thing ever. Invest in your
It is.
cat, do it for your cat.
Yeah. And I mean, it does actually take a little bit of chore work away from you as a cat parent as well. You don't have to clean and refill a bowl of water literally every single day. Sometimes I had to do it more than once a day because things would go into the water. And here you just need to kind of keep an eye on it. If the problem that I have with cat fountains is cats aren't the only ones that get lured in by it.
Hmm.
Gnats and tiny flies and even little spiders. They once made a very tiny spider made a web on the inside where the water is
No,
in the
no,
corner. I
kitty.
saved them, but I don't know how the hell he got in there and decided to make a house. Yeah, but you just have to clean it like a couple of times a month. I have a YouTube video on that, how to clean it, and the review I did of the one we have. And it's great. It really is great. I actually want to do a update video just because I only received it on that day. I did the review, and it's literally been a year and a half, and it's still just
going.
Okay, let's move on to cats of the week.
Okay, so everyone that was here in the first episode, you guys obviously saw how we made our selection. It was a folder, and the submissions were numbered 1 through X amount, and we randomly selected a couple of numbers. Remember that if you do want to submit your cat for Cat of the Week, find us on Instagram, give us a follow, and send us a DM with 3 to 5 pictures of your cat's name, your cat's breed, and anything else interesting or crazy that you would like us to know about your cat. So we just want to do a quick throwback to our first cats of the week, which were Maverick, Linus, Simba, Bobby Bobtail, and Saki. Woo! Oh. You were all very cute. You were all fabulous, and you all passed. If there was something to pass, you would have all passed with flying colors.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay, here we go. Isabel. Okay, so there are more submissions now. Let me just say that. And I did
24. All right. Sorry. I'm very excited.
I can see that. Okay, anyway, the other selected cats are in a folder. So there's no way that we would accidentally reselect them or anything like that, is what I wanted to say. So, okay. Number 24 is Nora. Hello, Nora. You just the big cutest little darling.
Oh my word. It's like it's a tabby. It's a brown tabby and a ginger tabby with patches of white. Am I seeing correctly?
Beautiful. You are seeing correctly.
How unique.
And she just looks so dainty, and she looks like she smells like candy.
Yes, she looks like she's very soft.
I'm pretty sure she is. That photo with the legs is just magnificent.
Oh, it's glorious.
Wow. Okay.
10 out of 10. I'm sorry, but that is a 10 out of 10.
That is a 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Nora.
Okay, we have some background information on Nora.
Yes.
So she is a 6-month-old. Oh, she's still a baby. Well, I mean, they're always babies, but she's a baby.
Yes.
6-month-old Torby that we rescued along with her bonded sister when they were 13 weeks old. She is such a very cautious. No, I'm lying. She's a very curious cat. She loves to sleep in peculiar positions. Cue the leg photo. Sits on my desk when I'm working and cuddle underneath the blankets or my daughter's hoodies when she is still wearing them. Oh my word, Nora, can you get? I mean, all of that is just. It's full marks all around. Nora.
Thank you, Nora, for blessing us with your beautiful self.
Thank you.
And yay for Nora's owners for rescuing cats. We love people
and
who rescue
sisters.
Cats.
Bonded sisters. Usually when people go looking for cats to adopt, they usually only want one. And then it's so sad to think about the siblings that were left behind. But they got both of them, so... Okay. Thank you, Nora.
Okay, Crystal, choose a number.
51.
Okay.
Hello, Rocky. Aren't you just beautiful?
Rocky. Beautiful eyes.
Really,
Beautiful
so
eyes.
such depth, if I may say.
Oh, wow. The eyes are hypnotizing me. And
Yep.
I mean, I cannot resist a cat in a bow tie.
No, I was just about
Just
to say
can't.
I'm loving these bow tie things going
Mm.
on. It is just
I feel that's a really good substitute for a cat costume. You know, like I get cat owners that feel the need to put their cats in costumes because they look irresistibly cute. But at the end of the day, most cats don't like it or appreciate it. So it's not recommended by us. But a little bow tie almost it's very similar to a collar. So
yes.
I'd say I'd say green light for bow
Go forth
ties.
with the bow ties.
Mm-hmm.
Another bow ties, and I love the little whatever that is. It looks like a spiky tomato that he has in his little mouth, and
Yeah,
it is
it's
just
great. It's
wow, 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 wow,
perfect.
wow, wow. Rocky
10 out of 10.
sublime. So Rocky is a 1-year-old domestic short hair gray tabby. Although his fur is very interesting because it's also
Mm,
it looks like there's a lot of different
mm.
layers, if you will, depending on how the
Yeah.
light catches it.
Yeah, it looks great, Tabby. I see a little bit of a diluted ginger every now and then. Got the white chest. 10 out of 10.
Beautiful. 10 out of
10
10.
out of 10.
He's
Beautiful,
beautiful.
Rocky. Thank you so much. I just wish I knew more about you.
We need some
What are your
facts.
likes? What are your dislikes? What are your dreams?
Aspirations. Okay, give us a
Okay.
number. Give us a number.
6.
Okay. Hello, Crumpet.
Oh, gracious.
Hello.
I mean, why am I staring at an empty chair? I don't know. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sleek. Look at
sleek,
that fur.
smooth.
Shiny. You can tell Crumpet is eating good. Crumpet
Yeah, you
is
can
getting
literally
his
see that.
nutrients. He
Oh,
looks
I
fat.
love the short little whiskers. Very short whiskers, and I love that.
And the little random white hairs. I would
Beautiful
definitely go to
touch.
him for advice. Um, beautiful.
Yeah,
Really.
very mysterious. That's what I love about black cats. It just looks like they know things that we don't know. They know things. They hold the secrets to the universe, and I need to know.
Yes. No, I agree.
Love the name. 10 out of 10 for Crumpet. 10 out of 10 for the name.
Yeah, there may have to be a bonus point added here for little old
Perhaps.
Crumpet.
Mm.
Well, he is a domestic short hair, and he was the only black one in his litter and the last to be adopted by us. He's the sweetest and funniest boy ever. I'm sure he is. And he also looks
We
like the
believe
softest
you.
boy. That's something I also want to say is I hope that one day, we're obviously a lot further than we were in the past, but I really hope that one day this weird, preconceived, superstitious ideas around black cats can just completely be eradicated. If a black cat crosses your path and you have a bad day, you were probably going to have a bad day regardless. And the black cat was probably the only thing to make your day actually a little bit better. So I just want to
Preach.
say,
Preach, sister.
leave
Preach.
these weird, odd ideas leave them in the past where they belong, where a lot of crazy stuff happened that doesn't happen anymore. It ain't a thing. Adopt black cats, help black cats, empower black cats. They deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, if you think a black cat is evil, then you believe in. You probably think that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs were real, and Snow White did her thing. It's not real. It's folklore.
And yeah, black cats are some of the most beautiful cats. I mean, just look at Mr. Crumpet. look at him.
Crumpet and tell me he's evil.
Or
you can't.
No, you can't. You literally can't. Anyway, before we go on a crazy tangent, thank you, Crumpet. You're stunning.
Thank you, Crumpet. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with. It feels like when I have to think of a number, I only think of like the same 3 numbers the whole time.
Select them.
46.
Okay.
Another
Right.
black. Beautiful.
Sister. Long lost sister. Look at that beautiful, elegant face.
Wow. Wow.
A little bit angry, but I love it. I love the angry look.
She is gorgeous.
We need to get Crumpet and Chloe to meet.
Together. Yes.
We have to.
Maybe not. Maybe that would lead to the end of the world. Looking at the stuff that Chloe definitely knows. But I mean, yeah, what's interesting to me is she has like a bit of a brownish, like, chest area. I don't know if you also see this.
I see.
But beautiful. Absolutely.
She's not pitch black. She's not, and it feels to me, Crumpet was like very, very black. Like even in the sun, he would be black. But I think Chloe is definitely more of a very deep, dark brown.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we don't have much information on Chloe. It just says that her name is Chloe and she is a mixed breed cat. So,
okay. I mean, I wish I had more, but if you're out there, I will not be greedy. I'll take what I get.
However, if you are out there, Chloe's owner, and you see this, send us some facts. Send us some facts. We need to know more about Chloe. I will not be able to sleep tonight without knowing.
Favorite food, favorite sleeping spot. Does she like bum pads? Does she know everything about the world? Is she single? We need the facts. We need the facts.
Yes, thank you. But 10 out of 10 regardless.
10 out of 10 nonetheless. Thank you, Chloe.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, Isabel. Last one. Okay. What number?
Our lost cat of the week. $28.
Okay. Oh, my word.
It's too much for me.
I'm
the bow tie that's almost larger than Jibby.
The tongue. The little tongue. Listen, I would print this photo out on an A1 canvas. And
I see the tongue.
I would hang it in my house. I would hang photos of Jibby in my house.
There's a lot to unpack here. Okay, so the fur just looks in impeccable condition. Whatever you're feeding Jibby and his grooming regime, keep that up. Keep it up no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
He just looks It looks like he has layers upon layers upon layers of beautiful, thick fur, and if you strike your fingers through it, it's just gonna go on and on and on and on forever.
Yes.
Wow.
It
Okay.
does.
10 out of 10 for the fur. Don't even get me started on that little tongue.
Wow.
I can't actually even look at it.
It's ridiculous. It is actually, it feels fake.
Instant serotonin boost for me right now. I am ready to take on the world just because of Jibby. Jibby gave me power for the day. The eyes, it looks like endless pools of crystal clear island water.
It does. It does. The paws. Can we just take a moment for the two little front paws that are so sturdy and planted?
Very sturdy, very planted, honestly, very fluffy paws.
I don't even know what to say here. Okay, well, let's read more about Jibby. So he was rescued when he was 10 weeks old. He is an emotional support kitty, and he does an amazing job at it, and he is the sweetest and smartest boy in the whole wide world.
That is beautiful. Yay for rescue, yay for emotional support kitty, and just yay all around. 10 out of 10. Magnificent.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Stunning.
I have to go out of this folder because I can.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll stared at that little tongue for so long now. Okay. Well, yeah, that's
Thank you.
Our Cats of the Week. Congratulations to all
the
new Cats of the Week. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you.
And please continue to do so. And yeah, like I said, if you saw your cat on here today and you want to provide us with a little bit of more information, reach out to us, DM us. We don't bite. Well, we might scratch and hiss from time to time, but no biting here. So yeah, and keep them coming. This is the best part of my week. So don't take it away from me.
Don't take it away. She's going to cry and then I'm going to cry. Just keep them coming and don't hold back with the facts. You can spit the facts. You can tell us the details, the nitty-gritty. We want to know it all. Fabulous. Well, thank you again, everyone, all the casters out there for joining the Cat Hour. I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. I certainly enjoy talking about cats and looking at all your beautiful cats. And yeah, thank you so much. And we'll definitely see you next time. Hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and remember to subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode and any other videos that are upcoming. There's some really cool topics that are on the horizon. Either or, they're coming and they're going to be great. And yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment if you have a concern, a question, or anything cat related. Really, we are here for you, and
we want to be part of you and your cat's lives, basically. We want to be best friends with you and your cat. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.